Whoops. Hi, everybody. It's just me today, joining you live on the SideQuest. Yeah, it's it's a bit of a show today, and basically everybody's out. It's kind of one of those crazy nights, so don't worry much about it. But I figured I would chat with y'all, see how everybody's doing, and we go from there. So, hey, how are you all doing? No one's gonna reply to me. It's just me talking into the air. But I can at least let you guys know that it's gonna be a crazy couple weeks right now, right? With all the sorry about this big ass pimple I have here. I'll cover it up so you guys don't get hey Stefan, how's it going? That way you guys don't get sick of looking at my naked body. Anyways, yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a week. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of more. We'll have the full squad in on Sunday. We'll have some fun some fun folks hopping in and out. We're gonna have our full E3 predictions. But I'll throw out a couple things right now. We are going to have an E3 prediction show. So give us your E3 predictions now. I think that would be awesome. Feel free to leave them in either comments on these videos, tweet them at me. Whatever, however you want to get me the E3 predictions, get me those E3 predictions. We'll read them on the show. We always look for three. So 3 predictions that are sort of you think are going to happen, right? A game is announced, a platform is announced, a PlayStation 5 price is announced, something crazy, or whatever. Not crazy, sorry. And then one crazy announcement, one thing that's like, that'll never happen. Microsoft buys Sega or something, whatever. Although that's rumored. I know my predictions are always off. Meanwhile, the folks that always get the predictions right, Katie and Aaron. I'll tell you guys right now, Katie and Aaron get those right every freaking time. And I don't know what kind of crystal ball they're using, but I got to subscribe to it. Maybe it's one of those subscription balls. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Let us know. So 3 regular predictions, what you think is actually going to happen over the next, let's say 2 weeks, right? So next week, we find out there's going to be a PS5 reveal. We assume there's going to be an Xbox One in the week after that, but not confirmed, but there probably will be. They were kind of aiming for that day anyways, right? So they have some stuff lined up. So think about it over the next couple of weeks. What kind of predictions are we going to see? We'll go from there. And then, we'll kind of keep rocking after that because it's going to be a long, summer full of events. And if you want to hear about all these events, remember, go to sidequesting.com. We have our big list. We have I love Jeff Keighley. I love Jeff Grubb. I love anybody named Jeff. I love what GameSpot has, what IGN has. SideQuesting actually has the most complete list of all the gaming events and reveals going on this summer. And it's worth checking out. So go to sidequesting.com. I will say this. We'll touch on a couple bits of news right now. So I mentioned that Sony revealed today that they're going to be showcasing PS5 games. Much like Microsoft did with their third-party games, Sony is going to do is not a real word. Sony is going to do, there you go, angled the camera a little bit. Sony is going to do a reveal of gaming on the PS5. And that's going to take place on Thursday the 4th at, I think, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and whatever else that translates to. And they're going to show off a bunch of games. I'm assuming first party, third party, some indies. They'll probably show off a bunch of. I'm going to guess the majority of the stuff that we see is going to be brand new, never before seen games, never before announced games. So I'm expecting that. So that's a little bit of news that I think is actually kind of important. Another bit of news that is going to be pretty cool is I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy. I'm staring at a GameCube over there with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles sitting in it. Almost completed. I think I was in the final section of that game. And now I will not finish it because we have a release date for the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remake coming to PS4, Switch, iOS, and Android. I don't know if I'd buy it on the mobile platforms, only because I like to have this stuff on the big screen. Dungeon crawler type of Final Fantasy game. The remastered game is coming August 27th on Aaron's birthday. So Aaron wanted me to mention that it's Aaron Christmas. And he is all excited that they're going to drop that game here on his birthday. So maybe it's for him. I don't know. but good for Squeenix. Finally get that game. We also have Bravely Default 2 is coming out later this year as well, which I loved. The first 2, 3, 8 Bravely Default games. Oh well. So yeah, we got all that kind of coming up soon. Let me see what there's actually been, even though we said there wasn't a lot of news, there was kind of a lot of news, a lot of hints, a lot of stuff dropping. Naughty Dog showed us 20 minutes or so of Last of Us 2 gameplay. I don't want to hear any more about it. I've already heard enough about it over the last, God, how many years? Like 3 years. Feels like it's been that long, maybe more. We've been seeing Last of Us 2 information. I think it's time that we just get that game out. Don't tell me any more about it. I am ready. I still got to finish Last of Us Part 1. So maybe that'll be over this weekend. I'll really get back into it. But yeah, that's something to think about. Another bit of news is there's been a Resident Evil game, a Resident Evil thing tease for, I guess there's such a thing as like Resident Evil ambassadors. What are they called? They're Resident Evil ambassadors. Yeah, thank you. There's a website out there, Rely on Horror, kind of a horror gaming website, obviously by the name. Got a hold of some of the tweets from some of Resident Evil ambassadors who are getting these sort of digital invites for an announcement on June 10th. So something is happening on June 10th. A lot of stuff is pointing to Resident Evil 8, only because there's been some rumblings about that. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, exactly. Steven, sorry. Media blockage from here on out on Last of Us 2 for sure. But yeah, there's been a lot of talk about Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil 4 remake. I think having a couple remakes in a row is enough. You know, they had 7 and then they put out 2 and 3. And I think going to 8 right now is really the way to go. So I'm thinking Resident Evil 8 is going to be popping up here pretty soon. Let's see some other news. We also had Call of Duty is free on PS Plus, so is Battlefront 2. That's actually it's a great deal. Star Wars, Battlefront, and Call of Duty World War. A lot of 2s. World War II, WW22, and Battlefront 2. Those are good games to have on Plus, I would say. And yeah, so a lot is happening. I will say one thing that's really exciting to me, and this is not kind of crazy or anything game related, is the Colors Live. And I don't know if you guys know about my love affair with art. Obviously, I'm an artist by trade, but I fell in love with this game called Colors that was on the DS. And it was actually kind of a homebrew game or app that showed up on the DS and allowed people to sketch. And I had a couple of friends. I'm actually staring at a sketch right here of a car that was done in colors on the DS. It was beautiful. And hey, how's it going, Playland? Definitely nice to meet you. And there you go. Yeah, hey, Playland. And so, Colors was a very cool idea for an app on the, how to just doing art on the DS. They came out with the 3DS version, which was mind-blowing to me. You could sketch in layers, and the layers would be in 3D. And I used that thing nonstop, but I actually made some really cool. I got to see if I could dig it up somewhere. I made some really cool art. I did a lot of Game of Thrones fan art that I sketched up on there. I did some Doctor Who art. So Stefan knows my love affair with The Who on my other show, Lonely TARDIS. I'll see if I can find some of that stuff. But it's really, really an awesome little app. They've now announced they're making a brand new version, Colors Live, for the Switch. The cool thing about this isn't that it's just excuse me. Let me wake up a little bit here, a little bit of fireball. It's not that it's a sketching app, just a sketching app. It is delicious. It's that it utilizes let me see if I can share the screen here because I thought it was really cool. It actually utilizes this Sonic Pen type of thing. So here, let me share the screen. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Essentially, you take the pen, plug it into the audio area of the Switch. You kind of see that little plug right there. And they call it the Sonar Pen. You plug it in to the top of the switch, and it gives you pressure sensitivity as you're sketching. Ooh, we've got a storm coming in there. I don't know if you guys can hear the droplets. Ooh, I love storms. So you get pressure sensitivity, which on a gaming console is freaking awesome. I have a Wacom tablet here that has pressure sensitivity. Obviously has like a bajillion levels of it. The tablet itself costs my office, not me. I ain't rich. Costs my office like $3,000, $3,500. If I can get a little bit of that on the Switch, which costs what's the Switch? $299, and this Colors Live is going for, I think it's on Kickstarter right now. It already blew past its amount, but it's going for like $40. That's a hell of a deal. You can sketch on your Switch and post your artwork online. I think it's really cool. So I love the Colors Live folks. They're actually the team behind it. Did I think Ukulele and The Impossible Lair? They worked on a bunch of other games, so it's really cool. Yeah, it's the it kind of I think it kind of is. It kind of is. And so yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think that's pretty awesome. Ooh, I almost knocked over the fireball. I gotta be careful. So I think it's a cool idea. And another cool thing about it, not only is a pen, that they actually have sort of this a single player adventure that you're kind of sketching as you go along. So yeah, definitely check that out when it comes out sometime this summer apparently, but this Kickstarter is going live. Let's see what else. Minecraft Dungeons launched. Yeah. No, oh my God. I remember Infograms. You guys remember the Infograms theme song? Infotech. There you go. What was I saying? Minecraft Dungeons is out. I picked it up this morning. I've been playing it on break from work. I'm still in work from home mode, but I've been playing it on break. I played it at lunchtime. It kicks butt. It's like a light dungeon crawler, but the fact that it really kind of allows for it really kind of pushes the co-op experience. I'm going to get my daughter to play it probably a little bit later here tonight. You'll probably see me. I'll be streaming it on my own Twitch channel here, Dali Demovsky, maybe in an hour or so. But God, what a cool idea for a game, giving Minecraft a dungeon crawling experience for fun, and it turned out really good. It's got like obviously it's like a light RPG dungeon crawler, but they did a great job on it. So definitely check that out. Let's see what else. I finished up my review finally for A Fold Apart, which I also recommend you guys going to check out. A Fold Apart is a beautiful game. I mentioned in the past, it's a touching game. I mean, and it's charming, right? Here, let me put I'll share the screen right here. So, by the way, sorry for I've got to change this our website layout. It looks so old and aged. But you play these two individuals, this couple, these star-crossed lovers, and they're separated by distances. Read the review. I think I've talked about it a bajillion times. These still shots they don't convey the emotion and the feel of the actual game. I mean, they're almost too flat from that sense. But you're folding paper, so you can take one end of the screen and sort of fold it around to meet the other side, and all of a sudden you have you can walk across platforms and stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, definitely. Just came out. So that's real good. Just came out on the PlayStation Store, I think the 19th, and then Xbox and PS. It was on a Switch back at I think beginning of May or maybe end of April. I'm not sure, but now it's on the other outlets. So definitely check it out. Really great game, and I loved it. It's like a 3-hour experience. You can't go wrong with that. So those are always like the best experiences, aren't they? Sit down, grab it, grab your game console for like 3 hours. Just lean back on the couch, knock the game out in an afternoon. You feel fulfilled. You've passed enough of it, and it's good. So, thanks. Yeah, I'm figuring out ways to utilize. I'm using StreamYard, which is a really cool app right now. I've never used. I've been trying a few different things like Restream and Streamlabs and obviously OBS and Twitch and all that stuff. But StreamYard is very easy to utilize. I mean, you can literally just connect it to Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn even. It's pretty cool. Thanks. I'm trying to be chill. I'm not crazy. Unless I have more of this stuff. And so, sorry. We just came back from a friend's house. They were celebrating their kid's birthday, and I didn't get a chance to drink because I was driving. So not anymore. I'm driving the podcast. let's see what else. What are you guys playing? Let me know what you guys are playing right now. I can talk a little about some things. I'm reviewing a couple things right now that I can't talk about until I finish. Yeah, definitely gonna try. Can't talk about it until I finish, but it's all good. Ooh, Maneater! I'm excited for Maneater. God, it's like Jabberjaws, the game, right? It's a shark. What a cool! That's a cool idea for a game. Holy cow! I wanted to play a game like this forever, and so when I think they announced it at E3. Was it like 2 years ago, maybe? I know Tom went and saw it. Tom Johnson, who's works at writes for SideQuest, and he's also over at Game Ranks, where he's better known, obviously. The Tom Johnson. It's bad. He says it's bad controls. Okay, maybe. I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know. But Tom was in love with it when he saw it back then, and now it's finally out. And a lot of people are raving just how just stupidly bonkers it is. So I might be giving it a shot. I'm so backlogged right now, though. It's you'd think, I've talked about this in the past, you'd think that being at home for a little while would help get through backlogs, but it's been the opposite. Like, my backlog is growing because now I have more games to look at that are, oh, look, it's like 50% off on the eShop or on PSN or on Steam, or hey, it's Epic Game Store is giving away Grand Theft Auto and Civ, and it's like, okay, well, now everything's kind of growing. So yeah, and I still work and I still have a kid, so that's always tough. Then nice thing about StreamYard is I can go through the comments and pick and choose which ones I want to show. God, this is technology. Technology's cool. Yeah. Anyway, what else are you guys playing? Let me know. I love hearing. I'm gonna try to make these sort of shorter episodes be a little bit more interactive. Like I said, all the guys couldn't make it. The team. Aaron works at basically a pot store in Canada, and he works CBD and like legalized marijuana, all that kind of stuff. Bong shop. I don't know what the full job is, but he's constantly working. They're slammed right now, and so he was too drained tonight because he works a lot of late nights. And then Sam is suffering through a storm right now, and he didn't want to try using his phone. So who knows? And JJ is recovering. He had really nasty illness he's recovering from. So, and there's a lot of stuff happening right now in everybody's lives, all over the place. So when people are ready, we'll podcast together. I think we're going to get back together on Sunday. But yeah, there you go. I saw the adverts for Bug Fables, just like stuff popping up, and I'm thinking that looks really cool. I like the style of it, just like some of the images that I saw in the trailer. So kind of interested in that. There's something kind of nice there. I keep getting the notes coming in from the PR folks. Like, hey, check out this game. It's on PSN now. Pick it up. So maybe I'll pick it up. But yeah. So trying to think of what else to say. Aaron's got a lot of awesome news that he usually brings to the game, and I'm just kind of, I'm just chatty Cathy over here running the show. But Aaron's the anchor when it comes to the news portion. I don't know. That's basically it. I think I have not somehow I have not stopped playing Mario Kart on the iPhone on mobile. I don't know why. But I have. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do something right now. I'm gonna shill for my brother, and I usually don't because I'm very highly ethical. But in this case, my brother, and he's not paying me or anything. He's been on my other show, which is my family show. He's been on. But my brother makes video games. If you get a chance, check them. I'm not telling you if they're bad or good. They're all free, so don't worry about it. And of course, when I look for his stuff, I can't find it. But he's been putting games out on iOS, right? So the reason I bring it up, let's see, he has one called Octopus Prime. Oh, that's a cool last name. Tappy Tap Tap. That's the name. And Mission Rescue, which he swears is not anything like Mission Impossible. But he's put together a bunch of games, and I keep getting floored about how quickly he puts a game out there. So his company's name is The Paper Robot. The story behind it is we were younger. Obviously, my parents are immigrants, came to the U.S. They didn't have a lot of money. They've kind of built their way into the U.S., into the culture and stuff, saved up money. We didn't buy a lot of toys. We literally, I tell my daughter, I played with sticks and we enjoyed it. And sticks and rocks. We had a few toys. We had an NES and a Super NES, but my parents didn't buy them. They got them from us. We got like gifts from other family members. But we loved Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We loved Transformers. Couldn't afford them, so what do? We made them out of paper. We made fully functional Transformers robots out of paper that you could fold. I think we did a whole. I did a whole Dinobot iteration. I was big into dinosaurs growing up, so I did like 30 or 40 dinosaurs out of paper that transformed in robots and back and forth. It was actually like fully functional. It's pretty cool. My first time doing papercraft. I should get into that actually again. Like flattened 2D transformer robots that you can make. Okay, forget anything I said. I'm going to steal my idea back before any of you guys do it. No, so we used to make this stuff out of paper. So we had these paper robots. So that's really when we first noticed our creativity was kind of peaking. And so my brother and I we actually made video games after that. We made a lot of PC games just for free. We had software. Our first games that we actually made were on the Commodore 64. There was this cool Commodore 64 app that you can make other games, like single screen games. So we used that. And then we bought RPG Maker for like the PC in the 90s. We were making games for that. And I think he kept going. He's got a bunch of games out, and he was telling me, we had a quick little interview. So here's Playland. The software is StreamYard, just StreamYard.com. It's not software, it's a web app. So you go to the browser and you type in StreamYard, and that's all it takes. Like, it's so easy to utilize. Like, you don't need a fancy computer. You can host stuff from iPhones and host like full shows that go out to all these different sites. And it's so easy to use. It's like it is really simple and nice. Yeah, cool. Anyways, so yeah, my brother and I were StreamYard.com. That's what we've been using. It's not like a purist type of thing. It's more for the folks like me who don't have all the time and the resources to really kind of get a full setup. I mean, I bought a ring light. Like, I think it's one of those beauty makeup ring lights because I don't have a lot of money to do all that kind of stuff. I'm using my old Yeti microphone, but everything seems to work. So anyways, yeah. So we've been making RPGs using RPG Maker. You're welcome, by the way. He kept going, and I did an interview of him the other night for, like I said, for our family show. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, sometimes it takes, a month to make a game. He can like just kind of sit on the couch when he's watching TV and do some coding and stuff. He uses Unity now, by the way. And he says it's so easy, which is kind of where I was going with the story. He says sometimes he can knock stuff out in a week or in a couple days, and he'll just be sitting and bored and just put something together and pump it out to like iOS or whatever and get, couple bucks here and there a week, but it's free money for, using that kind of stuff. He's not a major publisher, but he puts games out all the time. So, yeah, I'm taking Unity. I think I'm going to take some Unity classes. Playcrafting, which is an online university, or it's a sort of game dev thing out of New York, have an online course that they're doing on Unity. That I kind of sat in on or listened to an informational session yesterday. It seemed really cool. Like, you basically get like 3 full functioning games out of it that you create by yourself in Unity, and then they show you how to publish it to everything, and they kind of set you up so that you can make essentially the kind of game that you'd want to make, whether it's small and simple or complex. So playcrafting, very cool playcrafting, folks. I'm really excited. I'm going to be figure out my I was thinking about doing that actually. Stefan was like, game dev 101, just really kind of getting into it for the first time. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I want to do a lot of these 101, like gaming 101 sessions, just kind of helping people get into streaming using an app like this, or using Elgato has an awesome app for folks that want to stream from their phones and stream that stuff live to to Twitch and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So I was thinking about doing like just real simple, not necessarily a how-to, but sort of here's kind of a diary of me trying all these things. So, but yeah, it's not a bad idea. Maybe I will do that because I have a bunch of gaming ideas left in my head. I guess see if I can find my old games that I'd created on like RPG Maker and stuff and post them online, because that is kind of terrifying to see some of that old stuff. I actually used a game as one of my senior thesi. thesis, whatever. I created a game as my final assignment for one of my classes at school, at art school. It was a design theory class. It's tough. You have to really get into it. You have to, Stephanie, you have to like really want to get into RPG Maker or any game dev software. I liked RPG Maker because when I was first learning, I just would grab a bunch of like Final Fantasy sprites and Dragon Quest sprites, Dragon Warrior sprites, and throw them in there and kind of mix and match and do tweaks and stuff. It's where I learned to kind of in a weird way taught me how to do like website development stuff, like way back in the 90s, because I was figuring out how to modify sprites and you do like the light coding and stuff. So I think it's always helpful. But yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of cool pieces of software that are inexpensive now, and you can make full games out of. I mean, a lot of stuff that pops up from indie devs is made in like RPG Maker or Unity and some of the basic stuff. So yeah, my goal is to make a game. I've always wanted to make a game. I'll put up some of my old games. I did a senior thesis as a game, and I used the class, my professor, as the main character in the game, and he was floored because everybody submitted this typed up 20, 30 page 50 page piece of paper, or 50 page report, and here I come with this 3-hour video game on a floppy disk, 3.5-inch floppy disk, and he used it. This is back in the era floppy disk, 2019. The year 2000, and he thought it was so freaking cool that no one had ever submitted anything like that to him before. I mean, everybody, like I said, just did typed up presentations. That he lost his mind. I like aced the class just because of that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah. Anyways, so. It's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do sort of here's my journey as a start rebutting game dev, starting over again. But that's about it. I mean, I was only going to do like 5 minutes and let you guys know that I was going to do that we were going to do a team show on Sunday. And here it is 27 minutes later. I'm still blabbing, but I hope you had a nice night, a nice chat with everybody. And again, you can find us sidequesting.com, at sidequesting on the Twitter, SideQuesting TV at Twitch. I think we are just SideQuesting on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure, but probably. And you can find me at Dali Demovsky if you don't already follow me. For like the 3 people that are watching. That's all right. Yeah, have a nice night, everybody. Thank you, Steffens. Thank you, Playland, whoever you are. Really appreciate you guys all watching. And while my voice just cracked, I think I went through puberty. We'll see you guys on Sunday, or like I said, find me at Twitch. Dali Demovsky. Maybe later tonight I'll be playing Minecraft Dungeons. I'll be playing a couple of games and kind of messing around. Take care, everybody. We love you. See you in the next episode, the next full episode of this side quest. Adios.